When you have a loss, you can mourn the loss, you can kind of beat yourself up for a day and then move forward. And then the same thing, whenever you have a win, celebrate for a day and then move forward. And so I think that's the piece, like in my life, I know that whenever wins come, and Rachel can attest to this, like the win comes, I'm real quick to like, okay, what's the next win? And what's next on that list, going down of being just driven and kind of goal oriented and not celebrating properly. And then when there is the loss, that loss creeps over into the next day, and then it creeps over into the whole week or the next week or the whole month. So I know I'm not alone in that. And I think, Rachel, you have some great tips on just how to, reframe perspective, if you will.
Yeah. I don't know if I have great tips on reframing perspective, but I do know that the weight or the value that we give to the win needs to match the weight and the value that we give to the loss. So if we're going to, stew over the loss for days or weeks or months, we should be doing that same thing in the opposite direction. We're going to celebrate those wins for days and weeks and months, and that they should really be more in balance rather than one being so potentially detrimental to your progress or your mental health in that respect. I know that within our small groups within Collective, they're called forums. And I know that these goal check ins, like Ben mentioned, are really helpful in the fact that they're not just spoken out loud, they're actually recorded and documented. And they're posted for the whole group to see. So for those 10 members of that small group, they're posted out there. One, so you don't have to remember exactly what you shared at the last one just by your own memory. And two, by those being documented, what I love is that all the members can refer back to that. So if they're thinking of trying something, for example, they're implementing that same software or they're implementing like team of three structure, then they can go back and say, oh, yeah, somebody was talking about that in our last group, that was a success that they were having from their implementation of that structure or that strategy that they were doing in their firm. So I love that not only is it for the individual, but then also for the whole group gains benefit from having that documented and saved in a place where it can be referenced back.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see what other people are doing, you know? It's fun to talk about what you're doing. It's fun to get input from people. It's fun to know that maybe someone else has already done something that you're thinking about. You've been thinking about it for a while, like, should I do it? Should I not do it? I'm not sure. And then, you can see that someone else has already done it, and you may still make a different decision, because everybody's different and every business is different. But now you can be like, hey, I know that you did this. How did it go?